Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to kick off this presentation with you today. Our focus will be on a simplified overview of education systems in Botswana, Sweden, and Egypt. The course is titled EDES 113, Introduction to Education Systems. In the next few minutes, we'll explore key aspects of these countries' education structures, compare their approaches, and gain a better understanding of how education varies around the world. Let's get started. Let's start by introducing education systems around the world. We'll look at how different countries structure their education to meet their unique needs. Then, we'll explore how history has shaped these systems, how past events, cultural shifts, and societal changes influence the way education is delivered today. Next, we want to develop a basic understanding of how to compare these systems. This isn't just about listing differences. It's about understanding the underlying principles and contexts that create these variations. The purpose of this lecture is to give you a clearer picture of the diversity in education worldwide. By the end, you'll see how history and culture deeply influence educational practices, helping us better appreciate the complexities and commonalities across different systems. This understanding will be foundational for the rest of our discussion today. When we talk about an education system, we're referring to the organized way in which education is provided within a society. This includes the schools where learning happens, the teachers who guide students, and the curriculum that shapes what is taught. It's important to understand that these elements don't develop in isolation. They are heavily influenced by a society's history and culture. For example, the values, traditions, and historical experiences of a community often shape how education is structured and what it emphasizes. Recognizing this helps us see how education systems reflect the identity and priorities of a society and how they evolve over time. So, understanding what an education system is really helps us appreciate how education functions as a vital part of the larger social fabric. Today, I want to emphasize the importance of learning from others. By exploring different education systems around the world, we gain valuable insights that can help us improve our own practices. It's not just about seeing what's different, but also understanding the similarities, what works well across various contexts. Reflecting on these differences and similarities allows us to critically evaluate our own education system and identify areas for growth. Studying different countries gives us a broader perspective, inspiring innovation and helping us develop more effective ways to support learners. Ultimately, this approach aligns with our overall goal of continuous improvement and creating better educational experiences for everyone. Let's take a closer look at Botswana, a southern African country with a unique history and development trajectory. It was a British protectorate until 1966, which means it was under British control for many years before gaining independence. This colonial past has played a significant role in shaping its institutions and governance. Since independence, Botswana has established itself as a stable democracy, which is quite remarkable given the region's challenges. When we talk about education in Botswana, it's important to understand the background, how the country prioritized education early on, and the strategies it used to develop its human capital. Overall, Botswana's journey reflects a strong commitment to stability and progress, especially in the realm of education, which is central to its ongoing development story. Let's take a closer look at how unity, skills, and development are interconnected. When we talk about national unity, we're referring to the importance of bringing people together, fostering a sense of belonging and shared purpose within the country. This unity is fundamental because it creates a stable foundation for economic development. When citizens are united, they work towards common goals, which in turn attracts investments and boosts growth. Moving on to skills, these are the tools that individuals need to succeed in a rapidly changing global economy. Developing relevant skills is essential for both personal growth and national progress. It ensures that our workforce remains competitive and adaptable in the face of technological advancements and global market shifts. Now, connecting this to Botswana's goals of education, the focus is on equipping our people with the right skills to contribute meaningfully to our economy. Education isn't just about acquiring knowledge. It's about preparing our citizens to participate actively in the global economy. By aligning educational goals with national development strategies, Botswana aims to foster a skilled, innovative workforce that can drive sustainable growth. So, in essence, unity provides the social cohesion needed for progress, skills empower individuals and the nation, and education acts as the bridge that connects these elements to achieve our development goals. This integrated approach is crucial for building a resilient and prosperous Botswana. Today, I want to talk about the structure of the education system in Botswana. As you can see, it consists of a 7-year primary education phase, which is the foundation where students develop basic skills and knowledge. After that, students move into 3 years of junior secondary, where the curriculum becomes more specialized and prepares them for further education or vocational pathways. Following junior secondary, there's an additional 2 years of senior secondary education. This phase is more focused on preparing students either for higher education or for entering the workforce with relevant skills. Understanding this structure is important because it highlights the progression and opportunities within Botswana's education system. It's designed to build a strong foundation, then gradually increase specialization, ensuring students are well prepared for their future, whether that's in higher education or in their careers. This structure aligns with our broader theme of how education systems are designed to support student development step by step. Let's take a closer look at the basic education focus in Botswana. The government plays a central role in shaping the curriculum, ensuring that what students learn aligns with national priorities. This means that the curriculum is controlled and standardized, helping to maintain a certain quality and consistency across schools. Additionally, the education system is closely linked to the labor market. This connection aims to prepare students with the skills and knowledge needed for employment after they finish school, supporting economic development. When we consider these points together, they highlight how Botswana's education system is designed to be both accessible and aligned with the country's broader goals of growth and development. Let's talk about some of the challenges faced in Botswana's education system. First, rote learning is quite prevalent, which means students often memorize information without truly understanding it. While this might help them pass exams in the short term, it doesn't foster critical thinking or problem-solving skills. Next, limited resources are a significant issue. Many schools lack sufficient textbooks, learning materials, and even basic infrastructure, which hampers the quality of education students receive. Teacher-centered teaching is also common, where teachers do most of the talking and students listen passively. This approach can limit student engagement and reduce opportunities for active learning. All these factors, rote learning, resource limitations, and teacher-centered methods, pose serious challenges to improving educational outcomes in Botswana. Addressing these issues is essential for creating a more effective and inclusive education system that prepares students for the future. Now let's take a closer look at Sweden, a prominent European country known for its strong welfare system. This social support network ensures that citizens have access to health care, social services, and economic security, which plays a significant role in the overall quality of life. Sweden also has a long-standing tradition of free education, which is a cornerstone of its social policy. From primary school all the way through higher education, students can access quality education without the burden of tuition fees. This commitment to accessible education helps promote equality and social mobility. When we consider the background of education in Sweden, it becomes clear that these policies are deeply rooted in the country's values of fairness and social responsibility. The combination of a robust welfare system and free education creates an environment where everyone has the opportunity to succeed, which aligns perfectly with the broader theme of how different countries approach education and social equity. Let's take a moment to consider the equation on this slide. Equity plus quality equals success. This really highlights the core idea that achieving success in education isn't just about having high standards or resources alone. It's about combining equitable access with quality education for everyone. When we talk about equality, we're emphasizing the importance of ensuring that all students, regardless of their background or circumstances, have access to learning opportunities. It's about fairness and removing barriers so that no one is left behind. Lifelong learning is another critical point here. Education doesn't stop after a certain age or level. It's an ongoing process that supports personal and professional growth throughout life. Now, looking at Sweden's approach, they place a strong value on education as a fundamental right. Their system is built around these principles: access for all, ensuring everyone can learn and succeed, and fostering a culture that values continuous learning. All these elements tie back to our overall theme. To create successful, resilient education systems, we need to prioritize equity and quality simultaneously. When we do that, success becomes achievable for everyone. Now, let's take a look at the structure of the Swedish school system. First, students are required to attend 9 years of compulsory schooling. This is the foundation that ensures all children receive a basic education. After completing this stage, students have the option to continue their education in upper secondary school. This stage can be either academic or vocational, depending on their interests and career goals. The academic pathway prepares students for university, focusing on subjects like sciences, humanities, and languages. The vocational pathway, on the other hand, is more practical, providing skills directly applicable to specific trades or careers. This structure is designed to offer flexibility and cater to different learning needs and ambitions, which is essential when considering how education can shape future opportunities. Overall, it reflects Sweden's commitment to providing a comprehensive and accessible education system that supports diverse pathways to success. Let's talk about education in Sweden. One of the most notable aspects is that schooling is free. That means children and students don't have to worry about tuition costs at any level. When we look at university education specifically, it's also free for citizens. This is a significant factor because it opens up higher education opportunities to a broad range of people, regardless of their financial background. This system is made possible through strong state funding, which ensures that public institutions are well supported and able to provide quality education without charging students. This approach reflects Sweden's commitment to accessible education as a fundamental right, promoting equality and social mobility. Overall, the Swedish model demonstrates how investing publicly in education can create a more inclusive society, aligning with the broader theme of fostering equal opportunities for all. Let's talk about some of the broader themes that influence equality in society, starting with globalization. Globalization connects countries through trade, technology, and cultural exchange, which can create new opportunities but also deepen existing inequalities. It's important to consider how economic and social disparities can be affected by these global forces. Next, we see class differences playing a significant role. Socioeconomic status can impact access to education, healthcare, and other vital resources. These disparities often reinforce the cycle of inequality, making it harder for those in lower classes to move upward. Maintaining equality is a complex challenge, especially in diverse societies. It requires active policies, social support systems, and a commitment to fairness to ensure everyone has a fair chance regardless of their background. Focusing on Sweden, we notice some specific challenges. Despite its reputation for equality, Sweden still faces issues like income gaps, integration of immigrants, and regional disparities. Addressing these challenges is crucial for maintaining the social cohesion and equality that are central to its identity. All these points remind us that achieving true equality is an ongoing effort, shaped by global influences, societal structures, and specific national contexts. It's a dynamic process that demands continuous attention and adaptation. Let's take a closer look at Egypt, a prominent North African country with a rich history. As an ancient civilization, Egypt is renowned for its incredible contributions to human culture, from the pyramids to early advancements in science and writing. Throughout its history, strong religious influences have played a significant role in shaping society, culture, and governance. These influences are deeply embedded in Egypt's identity and continue to impact various aspects of life today. Now, when we focus on education in Egypt, it's important to understand its background. Education has evolved over thousands of years, reflecting the country's deep-rooted traditions and modern developments. By exploring this background, we can better appreciate how Egypt has maintained its cultural heritage while also adapting to contemporary educational needs. This context helps us see the broader picture of Egypt's societal development and its ongoing pursuit of knowledge and progress. Let's take a closer look at the education system in Egypt, focusing on both state and religious education. As you can see, there are two main streams: state education, which is the government-run system, and religious education, specifically tied to institutions like Al-Azhar. State education covers a broad curriculum designed to provide general knowledge and skills necessary for the modern world. Meanwhile, religious education, particularly through Al-Azhar, offers a more specialized focus on Islamic studies, theology, and Arabic language. What's particularly interesting is that Egypt operates a dual education system. This means students can choose to follow either the secular, state curriculum or pursue religious studies through institutions like Al-Azhar. This duality reflects Egypt's rich religious and cultural history, as well as its efforts to balance modern education with traditional Islamic teachings. Understanding this dual system is key to grasping how education shapes societal values and influences the broader cultural landscape in Egypt. It also highlights how the country manages diverse educational needs within a unified framework. Let's take a closer look at the different school stages in Egypt. Starting with pre-primary education, this is the foundation where young children begin their learning journey, focusing on basic skills and social development. Moving on to primary and preparatory stages, these are crucial years where students build core knowledge in subjects like math, science, and language, preparing them for more advanced education. Then we have secondary and post-secondary education, which offer more specialized and in-depth learning, helping students to prepare for university or vocational paths. Understanding these stages helps us appreciate how the Egyptian education system structures learning to support students at each phase of their development. Egypt has a large population, which makes the education sector particularly vital for the country's future. The government plays a significant role here, as most educational initiatives are funded publicly. This means that many resources are allocated by the state to ensure access and development. Currently, Egypt is undergoing curriculum reforms, which are aimed at modernizing and improving the quality of education. These reforms are an ongoing process, reflecting the country's commitment to adapting its educational system to meet contemporary needs. Overall, education in Egypt today is a dynamic mix of challenges and efforts to enhance learning for its vast population. Let's take a closer look at some of the pressing challenges Egypt faces today. First, overcrowded schools are a significant issue. When classrooms are filled beyond capacity, it becomes difficult for teachers to give individual attention, and students may struggle to keep up. This situation can hinder quality education and limit opportunities for personal growth. Next, we see a reliance on rote learning. While memorization has its place, an overemphasis on it can stifle critical thinking and creativity. It often results in students learning to pass exams rather than truly understanding the material, which isn't ideal for preparing them for real-world challenges. Another critical point is the unemployment of graduates. Despite completing their education, many young people find it hard to secure jobs. This disconnect between education output and labor market needs highlights a gap that needs addressing through curriculum reforms and better employment strategies. All these issues, overcrowded schools, rote learning, and graduate unemployment, are interconnected challenges that impact Egypt's development. Addressing them is essential if we want to build a more effective education system and create opportunities for the future. So on this slide, we're looking at how different countries can take varied paths toward development, but ultimately, they all aim for similar outcomes. First, we have Botswana, which has historically focused on development. Their strategy has been centered on boosting economic growth, infrastructure, and expanding opportunities for their population. It's a more traditional approach, building the foundation for long-term prosperity. Next, we see Sweden, which emphasizes equality. Their path is all about social justice, ensuring that wealth and opportunities are distributed fairly across society. They focus on social welfare programs, education, and healthcare to promote a more inclusive form of progress. Then we have Egypt, where reform is the key focus. Their approach involves restructuring institutions, improving governance, and implementing policy changes to stimulate growth and stability. Reforms are often necessary to unlock potential and adapt to changing circumstances. What's interesting here is that, despite these different focal points, whether development, equality, or reform, all these countries share the same overarching goal: improving the quality of life for their people. This comparison highlights that there isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. Countries can choose different paths based on their unique contexts, but the ultimate aim remains the same: creating a better future for their citizens. This ties back to our overall theme: exploring diverse strategies that lead to sustainable and inclusive progress. When we talk about the quality of teaching, we're really emphasizing how well educators are able to engage students and foster meaningful learning experiences. High-quality teaching is crucial because it directly impacts student outcomes and prepares learners for future challenges. Curriculum relevance is another key point. It's about making sure what we teach aligns with real-world needs and current trends. When the curriculum stays relevant, students are more motivated and better equipped to succeed in a rapidly changing global economy. Speaking of which, global economic demands are shaping education like never before. We need to prepare students not just with knowledge, but with adaptable skills that meet the needs of international markets and industries. All these elements tie into the common challenges we face in education today. Balancing curriculum relevance, maintaining high teaching standards, and meeting global demands are ongoing struggles. Recognizing these interconnected issues helps us develop more effective strategies to improve our educational systems overall. Education truly reflects the society we live in, showing us what's valued, what challenges we face, and how we've evolved over time. It's a mirror of our cultural, economic, and political priorities. And because of that, understanding history is so important. History matters because it shapes how we design our systems today. It reminds us of what has worked, what hasn't, and what lessons we can carry forward. Now, one size definitely does not fit all when it comes to education systems. Different communities, contexts, and needs require tailored approaches rather than a universal solution. So, what can we learn from all this? We need to be adaptable, open-minded, and willing to adjust our strategies based on the specific realities we're dealing with. By doing so, we can create more effective, inclusive, and meaningful learning environments. Ultimately, understanding these core ideas helps us move toward education that truly serves everyone. Education systems are shaped by their specific contexts, meaning that the environment, culture, and resources available all influence how education is delivered and received. When we compare different systems, it helps us develop critical thinking skills, encouraging us to analyze what works well and what might be improved in various settings. Teachers, of course, play a central role in this entire process. They're the ones who implement policies, inspire students, and adapt to their unique environments. For this session, the key takeaways for EDES 113 are that understanding the context is essential to understanding education systems overall, and that comparing these systems fosters critical thinking, which is vital for developing effective educational practices. And, of course, recognizing the pivotal role teachers play reminds us that behind every system are dedicated individuals shaping future generations. Let's take a look at how Botswana, Sweden, and Egypt each demonstrate different models of development. Each of these countries has its own unique strengths and faces distinct challenges in their paths forward. What's clear is that education plays a crucial role in shaping their futures and driving national development. So, as we conclude, remember that understanding these varied approaches helps us see the broader picture of how countries grow and evolve. Ultimately, investing in education remains a key strategy for sustainable progress across different contexts.